Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night, and the beer we're going for tonight hails from Belgium. It's this one. It is Trappe Nillis. I assume it's called Nillis anyway. It's a 0% ABV beer. It's a Trappist ale, and it says on the back that it's dark amber coloured 0% beer with an off-white head. Fruity and malty beer with a pleasant bitterness and a caramel sweet aftertaste. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I do love a good Belgian beer, but I can't help but feel I've been a little bit underwhelmed with the alcohol-free offerings so far. The Leffe Blonde was okay. You know, it had some nice banana esters. The Choof was a little bit underwhelming. Hopefully this one is better than the Choof. So, without further ado, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. And we're going to pour it into... it's not a proper La Trappe glass, but nevertheless it's for Belgian beer. It's my St Bernardus beers. It's a nice glass as this one. The pour is... it says dark amber. We're going to pour the lot because I like pouring Belgian beers. And disappointingly, there's not a huge head. Most of my Belgians come with big heads. So it is, yes, it is amber coloured. I wouldn't necessarily say it's particularly dark amber, but you've got a nice chestnutty ruby red colour coming through with light at the seams. You have got an off-white head, as it says. Let's try not to focus on my face. But yeah, the beer itself looks good. The head, a little bit underwhelming, because Belgians are known to have good heads. Anyway, looks all right. Let's have a whiff. It is malty. There's no getting away from that. I'm looking for the fruit and the caramel. It's light on the nose, hence the wafting. Trying to get something going. Yeah, it's malty. Light malty, sweet, sugary. Not really getting anything fruity yet. Anyway, it looks alright, apart from the head. It smells light and sweet. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Body's decent. It's medium weight with very, I don't want to say spiky, but velvety carbonation. And it's quite nice in that sense. I like the body. The flavour, it is incredibly sweet. It's very sugary. And caramelly, yes. Fruity, I'm looking for it. It is there, but it's overpowered by the sugary caramelly sweetness. We're talking of a pleasant bitterness, and it is there. If I'm contorting my face, it's just to try and get all the flavours permeating around my mouth. There is a pleasant bitterness. It's not massively bitter, but nevertheless. The more you drink it, I'm noticing the sweetness fades. And you get more of that bitterness. You get more of that malt, more of that caramel. The sugariness is gone, which is unusual, but very much appreciated. I'm glad that sugariness has gone after the first couple of sips. And it's much more closer to what I would expect from the description on the bottle. So yeah, don't judge it on its first couple of sips. Have a few more. And the finish, again, after those first few sips, changes significantly from sugary, sweet, and really caramelly to more complex, slightly more bitter, more malty, and a deeper burnt caramel. And it's a Jekyll and Hyde beer in that sense. Do not judge it on its first couple of flavours. Not bad. Not bad. So, let's go to the scoreboard of joy, which is currently void of anything, as always, at the beginning of the review, like this. Let's fill it in. So, visually, I can't pour anymore to top it off and remind you, but it poured a lovely amber colour. Not as dark as I was expecting, and the head was minimal, and it still is minimal. It's almost gone. Look at that. Let's see if we can encourage some with a bit of a swirl. There's a little bit coming. A bit of an experiment in swirling and making sure it's not OTT. Yeah, that's kind of what you get. Slightly foamy, off-white head. It's not wrong. I like my Belgians with big heads. Not Megamind sized, of course, but bigger than that. As big as Poirot's head when he solves a case, maybe. So the beer colour is lovely. The head, not so much. I'm not going to criticise it too heavily. I'm going to go 0.75 on the looks. Aroma is intensely sweet up front, and that's something I haven't revisited. Let's see if that's changed. Not really. It's sweeter on the nose than it is in the flavour. Malty and fruity. Yeah, I get more of the fruit on the nose than I do in the flavour, and it is quite sweet. I prefer less of the sweetness. I would enjoy a little more of the malt on the nose, but again, it's not bad. It's not bad. It just needs more, quite a bit more. I'm gonna go 0.5 on that one. Down the middle, it's good. The body, can't really fault that. I like it. It's just under medium, good carbonation, slightly velvety, hints of spikiness in it. Overall mouthfeel is lovely. I'm gonna go for the point on that one. And the taste. The taste is very Jekyll and Hyde, as I mentioned. It's very sweet up front. Get through the first couple of sips and it evolves quite heavily. You get more of the fruit, more of the malt, more of that bitter caramel, almost burnt caramel note, and it's really quite nice. If you judge it, or if indeed I judge it on the first sip, I'm going to go like 0.25 for the score, but go through that and it's more like a 0.75, which is what I'm going to give it. So it's really quite good. And the finish, I like it. It's malty, it's caramelly, the sweetness is gone, and the more I'm sitting here, the more I'm getting that fruit and caramel blend, and it's quite nice again. I'm going to give it the 0.75, which means we have got, what have we got here today? 1.5, 2.5, 3.75 out of 5 from me. So yeah, it's definitely better than the Choof, I would say, by quite some way. And yeah, it's definitely more complex, more enjoyable flavour. As for the bonus points, it can't have the full bonus because it did not get a full 5 out of 5. Value for money. I'll be honest, I completely forget what I paid for this. I got this one from Wise Bartender. So I'm gonna question mark it because I can't remember what I paid, so I can't say if it offers value for money or not. It's a decent tasting beer though, so I would buy it again. Now I've got through those first few sips and the flavour's developed. I'm enjoying it more and more, and I think I want to try it next to the fully leaded version just to see what that's like. So yeah, 3.75 out of 5 from me with a buy again bonus for good measure. So if you like your beer Belgian and alcohol free and you enjoy the maltier beers, then La Trappe is going to be for you, the Nillis. It complies with its description. It is darker coloured, it's amber coloured, with an off-white head, yes. It's fruity and malty with a pleasant bitterness and a caramel sweet aftertaste. I would argue it's slightly more bitter caramel, more darker burnt caramel aftertaste, but yeah, otherwise it's not wrong. And it's not brewed in Belgium. No, it's brewed in the Netherlands. Anyway, I lied to you. It's not Belgium. It didn't hail from Belgium. It hailed from the Netherlands. So there we go. I lied. Apologies. But yeah, if you like your Belgian beers or Belgian style beers, Trappist beers, if you will, on the darker side, more caramelly and malty, this one is for you. And we'll leave it there and say that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.